What if I told you there was more to the story behind game-changing events? Get ready for my new podcast, That Moment with Damon John. Every Tuesday on the Black Effect Podcast Network, we'll jump into the personal stories of some of the most influential people on the planet, from business moguls and celebrities to athletes and artists. Join me every Tuesday for That Moment with Damon John on the Black Effect Podcast Network, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you go to get your podcasts.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's Ellie Kemper, co-host of the podcast Born to Love, with some straight talk for Walmart shoppers. Walmart is the place to go for savings. And now you can save even more with Straight Talk Gold or Platinum Unlimited wireless plans. You'll get unlimited 5G data and a free Walmart Plus membership, which includes free delivery from your local Walmart store, savings on gas, plus so much more. Not to mention my new nickname, Savvy McSaverCash. Switch or learn more today at Walmart or StraightTalk.com.
Requires active service. One offer per eligible Straight Talk account. Standard data usage applies. For Walmart Plus, $35 order minimum for free delivery. Restrictions apply. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month, we're talking about goddesses, mythical figures who've shaped culture, history, and imagination around the world. This woman presented herself to the Lakota Sioux people with a prophecy that would be passed down from generation to generation. For 2 millennia, her prayers and gifts have connected and maintained humans' sacred relationship with the earth and the Great Spirit. Please welcome White Buffalo Calf Woman. Many years ago, 2 Lakota hunters scoured the land for buffalo to feed their people. On their path home, a beautiful woman emerged from the hills. She wore a white buckskin dress and carried a bundle in her arms. One of the men lusted for the woman. He told his companion, "She's so beautiful, I think I'll take her for a wife." The woman could hear his harmful thoughts. The hunter's companion cautioned him. He knew she must be a spirit woman. But the man didn't listen. He approached her, and soon a misty cloud wrapped around the hunter and the woman, fogging the other man's sight. When the cloud settled, all that was left of the hunter with the bad thoughts was a bare skeleton laid at the feet of the spirit woman. Snakes slithered out of the holes of his skull. The standing hunter trembled in fear and awe. The spirit woman instructed him to return to his people, to inform them of what he'd seen and to prepare for her arrival. The man ran home and did just as the woman told him. The next day, she appeared from the west. She walked among them clockwise, carrying the same bundle in her arms. When she arrived at the center of the camp, the woman set it down to reveal the sacred buffalo calf pipe. A small pipe made from a red stone bowl and a wooden stem with a buffalo calf marking on its surface. The stone represented the blood of the people's ancestors and the earth. The wooden stem represented the tree of life, which nurtured the roots and spirit of the people. Together, they represented the female and the male. The spirit woman told them to attach the red stone bowl and the wooden stem in moments of prayer, for it would connect the world above to the world below. Prayers would be presented to all 4 sacred directions, to the Great Spirit and to Mother Earth. She said to the people, "There are 7 circles on the stone, which represent the 7 rites in which you will use the pipe." The spirit woman taught them the 7 sacred rites and the prayers they should say when speaking to the Great Spirit. The woman spent 4 days with the people. On the last day, the woman walked in the direction of the sunset. Then she came to a halt. The people witnessed the spirit woman transform 4 times. As she rolled on the ground, she became a black buffalo. The second time, a red buffalo. Then, a yellow buckskin buffalo. And the 4th and last time, a white buffalo. Then she walked out of sight into the hills. White Buffalo Calf Woman instilled a conduct of morals that called for respect of one another, Mother Earth, and the Great Spirit. The legend continues to empower the Lakota community against threats today. The story of White Buffalo Calf Woman is also symbolic of the buffalo animal's sanctity to Lakota culture and resistance. In the 1800s, the American government encouraged white settlers to slaughter buffaloes to near extinction, knowing Native people depended on buffalo as a major source of food. The birth of a white buffalo can be interpreted as a sign that prayers are being heard, and the promises of White Buffalo Calf Woman's prophecy are being fulfilled. Before leaving, White Buffalo Calf Woman left the people with one last message. As long as the pipe is used, your people will live and will be happy. As soon as it is forgotten, the people will perish. The sacred White Buffalo Calf pipe and bundle has been passed down for 19 generations and remains in the care of Lakota Sioux spiritual leaders. All month, we're talking about goddesses. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow.
Are you interested in learning about using food as medicine? Or how to improve your brain health with food? How about finding the right diet to tackle weight issues? Listen to A Sense of Wellness podcast, a show which features renowned wellness experts like Dr. William Lee, Uma Naidu, and Michael Danzinger. Hosted by Susan Greeley, a registered dietitian and wellness expert of more than 25 years. This podcast is sponsored by Castle Connolly Private Health Partners.
Ready to be inspired? I am Colleen Witt, the host of Eating While Broke podcast. Step into a world where I sit down to budget meals created by self-made entrepreneurs, influencers, and celebrities. Together, we revisit the very dishes that fueled their journey from humble beginnings. Every Thursday, listen to Eating While Broke on the Black Effect Podcast Network, iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast.
The Black Effect Podcast Network is brought to you by Uber. Earn like a boss at uber.com/boss.
Did you learn anything fun today?
Yeah, I went to the jungle and learned a bunch of new words from an iguana.
That's cool.
And then I went to a farm and got to read with some pigs.
Sounds like you're learning a lot.
Watch your child's reading skills soar this summer when you use the Good and the Beautiful's all-in-one reading booster kits for kids kindergarten through 2nd grade. Reading cards, books, games, and a free compatible app are all included. Go to readingbooster.com to order yours today and bring home a love of learning. Order now at readingbooster.com.